Available for iOS and Android.
Now at 5, the Cherokee County Commission holds a hearing concerning property taxes. We'll look at the response. Plus, details of a new anesthesiologist assistant program coming to Joplin. And
President Trump threatens to deploy National Guard troops to more U.S. cities. I'm Erica Brown with the president's crackdown on crime and the pushback.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
property taxes are going up in Cherokee County, Kansas. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. It was standing room only in the Cherokee County Commission room today as the county held a revenue neutral rate hearing. A revenue neutral rate is the mill levy that would yield the same amount of property tax revenue as the year prior. A public hearing is required by the state when a governing body hopes to raise revenues in excess of the neutral rate. The hearing allowed community members to voice their concerns and ask questions about rising taxes and spending, and offered local leaders a chance to explain the county's current needs.
I'm taking the hit by coming forward to you as citizens of what the Sheriff's Office has been doing behind the scenes. Last year, the Sheriff's Office was over budget by almost $500,000. We're basically going neutral at where it is. I'm taking the hit from you as citizens to bring us to where we want to be open to you all.
Following the hearing, the County Commission voted to pass a resolution to raise the revenue neutral rate. School districts across the area will hold similar tax hearings in the coming weeks. Kansas City University in Joplin will add a new master's degree program for anesthesiologist assistants. The 28-month program will start in January. The class will have 24 seats for each class. The first year will be 95% coursework on the KCU campus in Joplin with the work in the sim lab. After that, the students will work in the clinical teaching sites of Freeman Health System and Cox Health.
Require a member of the anesthesia care team to provide the anesthesia for the patients. And so as we continue to grow and develop and have more demand, we have to have the providers to meet that. And right now the anesthesia care team piece is lagging behind the growth on the surgery side.
KCU Med in Joplin has received 400 applications for the program that, again, only has 24 seats. Big news for a local nonprofit making a difference in the lives of children. Jasper County CASA just received a $50,000 donation. The gift comes from Wes and Jan Hauser, who first visited the CASA facility nearly a year ago. They say they were so moved by the organization's mission, they decided to give back.
None of us ever get to choose our parents. We were fortunate, and these children were not. And it is a blessing to be able to help all these volunteers that take care of all these amazing children.
It's really needed to ensure their safety and to ensure their well-being and to ensure that they have everything, all of the services that they need.
CASA officials say they're grateful and will continue to provide essential foster care to the community. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for a first look at the weather.
Well, we've had light to moderate showers for most of the day. Joplin area only got about 1/4 inch of rain. Now just south of Pittsburgh, 2.5, but the rest of the area in Pittsburgh only 1/10 inch of rain. Now Chanute, about 1/4 inch, and then out in Yates Center, only 1 inch of rain. Not a lot, and all these showers are pushing out of the region right now. You can see the heaviest amount of rain. This is about 1/4 inch an hour out in Monette, and then moving just north of Purdy. Cassville is about to get some showers as well. Now switching over to southeastern Kansas, Spring Valley, Chautauqua getting some light showers as well, and then down now near Siloam Springs, Jay and Gravette, showers as well. Now we're starting tomorrow morning off, or clearing out tonight. All of the clouds are going to start to clear overnight tonight, and tomorrow temperatures in the low 50s, warming up to the low 80s. I'm going to have a look coming up.
See you soon. At least 3 people were injured when a home exploded north of St. Louis today. Authorities say the blast caused widespread damage to homes in the area. The cause of that explosion is under investigation. A scare this afternoon on the campus of the University of Arkansas when an active shooter alert was sent out to students, faculty, and staff. There were at least 3 different reporting locations of an active shooter, but a Fayetteville police spokesperson said there have been no confirmation of any gunshots or injuries at the scene. President Trump spoke to the media for about 2 hours today at the White House, covering a range of national and international issues. Reporter Erica Brown is there with details.
As National Guard troops patrol the nation's capital, some now armed, President Trump took a victory lap on his administration's crackdown on crime.
Washington was the most dangerous place in this country, and now, you know what? It's probably the safest place in our country.
Before Trump's takeover, data from the Metropolitan Police Department showed a decrease in D.C.'s violent crime. But sources tell CBS News the Justice Department is now investigating whether those stats were manipulated. The president also threatened to send troops to other cities, including Chicago, despite pushback from state and local leaders.
What he is proposing at this point would be the most flagrant violation of our Constitution in the 21st century.
A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator. I'm a man with great common sense.
Trump held Monday's Oval Office event to sign executive orders focused on crime, including one aimed at ending cashless bail.
There's no auto pen that can do that, right? Look at that, Pam. Is that a good signature?
President Trump also welcomed South Korea's president to the White House this afternoon, where the leaders discussed trade and foreign conflicts.
And I would like to ask for your role in establishing peace on the Korean Peninsula.
President Trump also suggested the war in Gaza may soon be winding down.
I think within the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to have pretty good conclusive ending.
And the president says he believes Russia and China are willing to reduce their nuclear arsenals after his summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin earlier this month. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
A bruise was seen on President Trump's right hand today after pictures showed it covered with makeup last week. The White House has said that it's consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking and the use of aspirin. Still ahead, addressing food waste and hunger.
Millions of pounds of food are just thrown away every year. I'm Michael George with the volunteers making sure those leftovers get to the people who really need it.
And next in Health Watch, cutting hair for children with sensitivity issues. See how one barber has made accommodations.
Casino's hot seat cash giveaway.
Topping today's Health Watch, haircuts can be tough for a lot of children, but for children with sensory sensitivities or autism, well, the experience can be overwhelming. Marissa Armis shows us how one North Texas barber is changing the experience for neurodivergent children.
Dallas barber Henry Amolja shows us around his shop.
Then I have these quiet clippers, turn them on, very quiet. Got the little talcum powder. This helps them, this helps dry out their skin. When hair falls on it, it doesn't stick.
But this isn't your typical barber shop. He's a certified sensory safe barber, specializing in haircuts for neurodivergent children.
The biggest thing with kids, especially kids on the spectrum, is building trust. I'm playing the long game here, and I'm trying to get them to the point where they actually want to get a haircut.
The idea to serve kids on the spectrum came just in the last year after Henry created the weighted cape, a haircutting cape with a weighted collar.
I think it just showed me that there is a need for not just the weighted capes or other sensory tools, but just general accommodations for neurodivergent individuals and promoting inclusivity in the industry.
Meet the Quins.
You gonna sit with mommy? Come on, handsome face.
Come on. There you go.
They found Henry just a few months ago when they were searching for someone to cut their 4-year-old son Jai's hair. Jai is autistic, and haircuts can be overwhelming.
Everyone isn't attuned to the needs of kids with autism and their sensory needs.
But on this afternoon, we got to see Henry in action, putting his techniques to work.
We will wrestle with Jai. He's very active, so he wants to move.
And though challenging at times, through patience, calmness, and trust, mission accomplished. For Henry, he's found his purpose on a road less traveled. With every cut and conversation, he hopes his work is making a difference. In Dallas, Marissa Armas, CBS News, Texas.
Henry created a fundraising page to support families and pay for their sensory-friendly haircuts. A new Swedish study shows how diabetes affects men and women differently. It found young men with type 2 diabetes have a higher risk of death and cardiovascular disease than type 1 diabetes patients. But for women, type 1 diabetes is deadlier. Researchers say women with type 1 diabetes often develop the disease young, which increases their lifetime risk of cardiovascular problems. But men with type 2 diabetes tend to have obesity, high blood pressure, and unhealthy lifestyles, which makes the disease more aggressive. Excessive so-called hidden fat can age your heart faster. A study in London found visceral adipose tissue, which is found deep in the abdomen around the stomach, intestines, and liver, is linked to accelerated aging of the heart and blood vessels. This type of fat can't be seen from the outside, meaning some people can have lots of visceral fat even if their weight is healthy. And air pollution from oil and gas is killing 91,000 people in the U.S. annually and causing hundreds of thousands of health issues. A University College London study found cancer, preterm births, and asthma are just some of the illnesses linked to air pollution from oil and gas, primarily from burning fossil fuels. The states with the biggest health impacts are New Jersey, New York, California, and Maryland. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, leftovers could be the answer to saving lives. See how a group of volunteers are trying to solve two problems at once.
And we have a much cooler day in store for us tomorrow. I'll have those details right after this.
Buy in store, only at Ashley.
Temperatures today were nearly 20 degrees below average. We only got down to low 70s in the Joplin area, but upper 60s to low 70s across the region. So we were definitely much cooler than our average temperatures. That's going to stay consistent over the next couple of days and even over the next week and into the weekend. Now, our 24-hour temperature change, so the difference between the temperatures yesterday this time to what they are today, 10 to 20 degrees cooler today than we were yesterday. Now we can thank the rain showers that we had most of the day today for that. You can see, taking a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. A few rain showers just passed. You can see the ground still wet, but starting to see some blue skies poking back out. Now for the rest of the night, we're going to be pretty cloudy, not getting a lot of clear skies until we get into Tuesday morning. Few showers still lingering there out in the Joplin area, just south, Monette, Cassville, Pineville, just to the east, south of Bentonville as well. Most of these showers are super light, so we're just getting some sprinkles as they pass and then clearing out for the night. Now temperatures dropping down to the mid 50s, so another cool night tonight. Cool start to our Tuesday morning. Temperatures are definitely below average. Normally we're in the upper 60s, so it's another 10-degree below average night for us. As we start Tuesday morning, we get some partly cloudy skies through the early morning hours to mid-morning, but temperatures quickly warm up into the mid 70s, so nearly 20 degrees warming up in just a couple of hours. And then for the high of the day, upper 70s to low 80s. So our range, 76 for the coolest temperatures up there, Iola, Yates Center, 82 out there in Veneta, Grove, and Bella Vista area, and then Joplin and Central counties just right there in between that 79 and 80 degree border. Now, we're going to continue to warm up over the next couple of days. Wednesday, Thursday, back into the 80s, but we have some showers that are going to cool us back down by Thursday, and that's going to start on Wednesday. As you can see, clouds already pushing in by early morning, 8 a.m. on Wednesday. Some isolated showers start to move in by early to mid-afternoon. The heaviest rain holding off until we get into late Wednesday and then overnight. So this light showers throughout the daytime, only 10th of an inch an hour, so just sprinkles to light showers. Then here we are, 10:30, this little band of rain that's going to be moving through our central counties, dropping about a half an inch to almost an inch an hour, and then you can see we really explode as we get into Thursday morning. So this is 5 a.m. again, overnight Wednesday and into Thursday morning. Heavy amount of rainfall. So this is going to be about an inch to an inch and a half an hour of rain accumulation, and we definitely need it. We're excited about some rain, especially in the Monette down to Cassville area, because we have that drought still. Now all of this pushes out rather quickly on Thursday. By mid-morning, heavier rain is out of the area, and then we're just left with those light to very moderate showers for the region. Now, isolated shower chances continue over Labor Day weekend, but temperatures are just beautiful for the holiday weekend in the low to mid 80s Saturday through Monday. Sun comes back out on Monday just in time to at least end the holiday weekend pretty nicely. And then next week, we warm right back up to the 90s.
Much more pleasant temperatures than we typically see over the Labor Day holiday.
Yes, it is.
Thanks. Coming up, see how leftovers save lives. Topping today's Consumer Watch, a group of dedicated volunteers is working on solving two problems at once: hunger in America and food waste. Michael George shows us how leftovers are helping to save lives.
At most restaurants, this unsold but perfectly good food would end up in the trash at the close of business. But today, volunteers are here at Proper Foods in New York with a different plan.
There's so much food waste. I mean, 40% of the food that we produce in this country is wasted. Meanwhile, we can take just 30% of that, and that will be enough nutrition to eliminate food insecurity.
Robert Lee is CEO of the nonprofit Rescuing Leftover Cuisine. Volunteers will hand deliver these bags of rescued food to homeless shelters or food pantries.
It's all food that normally would go to consumers or would be bought by consumers, except the store is closing or it's going through inventory changes, and we rescue that completely fine food that would just go to waste.
At Crossroads, a food pantry in Manhattan, Executive Director Patrick Berquist makes sure the meals get to the people who need them.
This is a significant impact, especially when food prices have continued to climb. Someone can take it home, give it to their kids, or have it for lunch that day, or pass it on to a friend.
And the teams making the deliveries see their effort making a difference.
It's incredibly gratifying to actually deliver the food. You know, we've met so many students experiencing food insecurity who sometimes bring the food home to their families. We've also been to senior centers, refugee centers.
The organization operates in 9 cities across the country and says it's rescued 21 million pounds of food so far, doing the heavy lifting to get the food we already have to people who are hungry. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Rescuing Leftover Cuisine says you can reach out if you're interested in volunteering, but what they really need most are more restaurant partners willing to donate excess food. Blue Bell is recalling some half-gallon batches of its Millennium Crunch ice cream, which was mistakenly packaged in chocolate chip cookie dough cartons, though with a Millennium Crunch labeled lead. According to an FDA alert, the packaging fails to alert consumers that the products contain almonds, walnuts, and pecans, which could cause severe or life-threatening reactions for people with nut allergies. The ice cream was distributed across 16 states. Anyone with the recalled product can return it to their place of purchase for a full refund. And Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters appears to be the top film at the domestic box office. That's according to industry insiders who say the Sony animated musical movie raked up to $18 million over the weekend. Netflix has a policy of not reporting ticket sales. Weapons is still going strong after bringing in more than $15 million, followed by Freakier Friday with more than $9 million. A final check of the forecast up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, Eye on America takes you to a camp that's a home away from homelessness. Then on KOIM News at 6, Representative Mark Alford takes his town hall tour to Nevada today. Plus, MSSU hosts a delegation of international students. And in sports, the latest on the Kansas City Chiefs from Sports Director Ryan Blank. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOIM News at 6. Boy, the temperature certainly doesn't feel like it's late summer in the 4 states.
No, we call this false fall this week. We're going to be in the 70s a couple of days and low 80s for the rest of the week. Now, next week, you can see we quickly warm right back up to the low 90s. So that's why, unfortunately, got another little second wind of summertime before we get to enjoy fall temperatures.
We'll enjoy this break while it's here for sure. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOIM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.